Hey, everyone. Hope you guys can hear us on the YouTube feed. We are muted for now. We're just getting a few people online. We have the coming soon sign right here, starting soon sign right here. We're going to start with our intro and then get going, but please let us know if you hear me giving you the warning right now about our audio. And I'm going to mute us again for a second, and then we're ready to go. So leave your comments on the chat on the side of the thing. If you're on DerekandSteve.com, launch it to the YouTube page. There will be a chat bar on the right side of your window, and you can send us your messages for the entire show. And let's get going. So we're ready to go. We'll be starting in just a minute. Hey, everyone. Welcome to episode number 100 of You Heard It Here Second. I am Derek alongside Steve, and this is the podcast. I'm winging it, and let them know when we produce it, Steve.
Okay, so this is live.
This is live. We're going to play our intro in a second.
Okay, so new episodes are released on DerekandSteve.com and on iTunes as well.
DerekandSteve.com might be where you are now. Like I said, if you want to watch it on YouTube and chat us on the right side of the screen, you can click the link to YouTube. But You Heard It Here Second. Make sure to subscribe today.
Apparently on YouTube, too.
Zuckerberg's going to be like, what the hell's going on? Like, these guys are doing episode 100 on Facebook.
Derek and Steve present.
Can I say the Bill O'Reilly quote and you bleep it out?
Sure.
It. We'll do it live. Looking at my watch, he should have been home. Today I regret that I put that ring on. Yikes.
Yeah, yikes.
It's
I never
worse than I
realized it was that bad.
Me and my baby, we gonna be all right. We gonna live a good life. Big homie better grow up. Maybe he grew up.
You heard it here second.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode number 100 of You Heard It Here Second. I am Derek alongside Steve.
Triple digits.
Steve, what's going on? Just another day at the office.
Just another Monday night. I am so nervous. I don't know what, like, this should just be a normal podcast. We're just recording it, but it's so not.
Yeah, it is definitely not. Just another Monday night here in March at the end of March with our Christmas tree, and our Christmas lights and our stockings.
Yeah,
and our candles.
I was embarrassed about this when I knew we were going to go live. I made a note that this was going to be embarrassing,
and it is embarrassing, but it's also it's festive. I'm proud of it.
You shouldn't be proud of it.
Here, let's give a quick little backstory on why it's up.
Because we didn't take it down.
That's why it's up. Also, we're throwing it away when we take it down. So it's like, as soon as we take it down, it's over. It's done.
True.
So,
I don't want to throw away Christmas.
And you can't throw away Christmas. So, but we will eventually. So,
yeah. So quick note for the listeners / watchers.
Yep.
We are officially live. We're on YouTube Live. We posted a link on Facebook about YouTube. So technically we're Facebook Live. If you log into YouTube while on Facebook. You can also see us. I can smell Derek from here. Love it. We need live comments.
We do need live comments. I'll invite back to you.
We are watching you guys on our big TV right here.
Right
so we can see your comments. So I agree.
Which is cool.
That Derek is very smelly.
I disagree with that. I think we're going to take that sign down now. But we got a little runtime in the beginning.
That was kind of funny.
So episode 100 of You Heard It Here Second. Do us a quick favor. And tell any of your buddies that listen to us to log in right here. Because it's like, why not? Log in. This is an historic event. We just broke double digits for a second, and then we went back down to 9 people. So let's get things started. As far as the episode goes, let's do a little groundwork first here.
Sure.
we have a normal layout of episode for you, but we are very flexible today. We want this episode to be driven topic-wise by the fans. So
makes me nervous.
Makes me nervous, but within reason, you know, let's veer off. If people want to talk about some other stuff, we'll talk about some other stuff.
Okay.
So with that said, I think you have a nice opening drive that I dropped the ball on a little bit when I was preparing all this stuff. So that's my excuse.
So I'm going to allow everyone listening right now, get ready to take a screenshot of your computer or however you're watching, because I'm going to hold up something that's very important, and then I want your opinions on it.
Yes. So I can do the play-by-play. Steve just gotten up from his microphone. He can no longer speak into the mic. He's taking his headphones off, and he's going to hold this in front of the screen for you, which is a little thing we're going to do, and it's a bracket. As you notice, it's in the March Madness spirit. You got to hold a little closer, Steve. Hold a little closer. There we go. Or actually, that's on a delay a little bit. So take your screenshot. Get it right there. Hopefully, it's big enough that you guys can make out the movies that you're looking at there. But this is a bracket of Disney Pixar movies, okay? And that's what we're going to be going through here. Now, I was supposed to fill one of these out, and I forgot. So Steve's going to probably be, and as you can see there, he's, you know, if you're looking at the middle of his bracket there, it's a little bit disappointing because he's got an insane pick to win it all. But
Mulan's a good pick. So for those of you watching, this is the bracket that's sweeping the nation. It is the Disney Pixar bracket. It's causing a lot of heated debates in offices, a lot of heated debates among podcast hosts. Derek didn't fill one out because he knows he would put Beauty and the Beast as the winner, and it's embarrassing.
Fake news. Fake news.
So I filled one out because I'm secure with my Disney Pixar masculinity.
Right. Right.
I picked Mulan as my ultimate champion. It is a very difficult thing to do, this bracket. So once it comes up, I'm going to ask you guys, if you can hear, to answer between Toy Story and Up. Toy Story 1 and Up.
Toy Story 1 and Up is currently the battle, okay? Toy Story 1 and Up.
We got one Up.
We got Up.
Okay.
Okay.
That's fair. That was my hardest one.
I'm going Toy Story. I'm going Toy Story in this because
I got a Toy Story.
So I'm filling out my bracket.
We got live
I'm filling out my bracket kind of live here on the fly. I'm going Toy Story.
Okay.
I think that Toy Story can't go down in round 1.
That's dumb.
You know.
Okay, another hard one. I don't know if you guys have seen Coco, but Coco versus Toy Story 3. I don't know if you guys have seen that. Another very, very tough one.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you, Kenny. Nemo versus Monsters, Inc. Finding Nemo versus Monsters, Inc. That was one of the harder ones for me. I don't know if you guys know what I picked. I'm so excited to watch what they put.
That's a tough one. I mean, I'm gonna go Nemo.
We got Nemo. Okay,
so those are pretty classics, but I gotta go Nemo there.
Okay. Tough one, but Nemo. Thought so.
By the way, my brother's going Toy Story for 5 votes. He says he wants to be counted as 5 votes.
You can't do that. Okay, so here was another hotly contested one. Whoa, what was that?
Hold on, we got to pause. The candle just broke. So, time out.
Live candle breaking. Blow it out. We have a fire. Blow it out. While Derek puts out a fire, we will continue. That was absolutely not staged, so there was absolutely fire in the background. Okay, I guess another hotly contested one. Really hotly because our candles are exploding. Beauty and the Beast versus the new one with Emma Watson, of course, versus Nightmare Before Christmas. Who we got? Both stink. Very good, very good. Okay, so anyway... Don't care. Okay, fine. So that's settled. Did you put out the fire?
I did. So I've literally put out a fire in our living room. This candle. So now for our Instagram live viewers, I can zoom in over on it. This candle over here just exploded. So the candle shattered. The candle.
Derek, you're ruining this podcast.
Hey, of course we literally have a fire in our apartment during the live broadcast. Yeah. All right, we're back. We're good.
Okay. Anyway, the winner is Mulan. It's basically Mulan versus Lion King. I know people are upset that I picked Mulan over Lion King, but they both made my final 4.
Okay, but you did have
my Lion final King. 4 is Lion King, Mulan, Toy Story, and Nemo.
Okay.
The final 2, Mulan versus
That's
Toy Story.
fair.
That is a good matchup. So if you want to take the Disney Pixar bracket, you can find it online. We'll probably post it on the website.
You're getting some hate for Mulan over Lion King. I'll say that.
Yeah.
I'll say that. You are getting a little bit of hate. And, you know, I see where you're coming from.
So Murph says, what's your choice of star of Mulan for a live action movie?
That's interesting.
It has to be Lucy Liu.
Okay. Yeah.
Has to be Lucy Liu.
I think so too. I think it's got to be Lucy Liu.
Is that Instagram Live?
This is Instagram Live.
So we are literally on all of the platforms.
My mom is not happy with your choices. So.
Really?
Yeah, apparently that's what my brother's relaying that info.
Well, tell her I miss her and I like her.
All right. So I guess that's our opening drive. Right?
That's the opening drive.
Right, sweet. So
we're now going to test out our live sound effects.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
So I know we did the intro and hopefully that went well. Now let's move it along to the
period number 1.
Everybody's
update.
Favorite segment.
Everyone's favorite.
BC update.
Got another dude! Hey! What's better than this? Guys being dudes. Dudes to the right, dudes to the left, stuck in the middle with you. Got another dude! Heisman Trophy, Bronco Nagurski Award, Ultimate Dudes. Got another dude! O-line U, bunch of dudes.
All right. So BC update. We've got one major topic, and I think a second one we can throw in, which we might not have put down here about reunion. But
true.
But so let's start with your first one here: the BC Distinguished Awards, a volunteer awards dinner. Correct.
So this is the annual awards dinner. It's actually really cool. $25 for those of you in Boston. It's at the Park Plaza Hotel. If you use the code GOLD in all caps, I think you can use the code no matter what your age.
Mm-hmm.
So they're really not very sophisticated. But you get 2 tickets for $25. So split it in half, and it's 12. What is it? $12.50.
$12.50. Yeah.
So for a ticket, it's open bar, really good speakers,
Mm-hmm.
really good food. You get all fancied up. It's a really, really good event. So if you're in Boston, I recommend it. I think Murph has been, Kenny may have been, but it's definitely a cool event. So I highly recommend it if you're in Boston. It's this Friday at 6 p.m. Friday, April 6th at Boston Park Plaza.
Yes, it is. And so tickets $25. Get the complimentary ticket. We did go last year.
Not this upcoming Friday.
A week
from Friday.
Not this. This is Easter weekend, so that would be a bad time for a school like BC to choose to have this dinner. It's the following weekend. So Friday, April 6th at 6 p.m. at the Park Plaza. We went to it last year. It was a fun event. I think it's probably, I think we thought it was either the best or second best young alumni event that we generally go to. There's the Fenway event and there's that event.
Yeah, it's one of the only events besides the Fenway event where I feel like they've put effort into me being there.
Mm-hmm.
They tell me a bunch of times when it is. They give me incentive to go by giving me this discount for the gold. And there's open bar, which is a huge selling point.
For sure.
So a lot of this stuff is just duct taped together and told to you last minute. This is actually a well put together event. Highly recommended.
Yeah, for sure. So for the BC update, there's that. There's also another note we want to put in there, which is about reunion. We got the email this weekend about reunion. And so I think that that's something to keep in mind. The registration link was sent out on Saturday. I see you, Scary Terry. I see you. That's Terry Rozier, by the way.
Good.
That's him. That's actually him.
Wow.
Yeah, he's playing well lately. And so he's on there giving me some shouts. So I appreciate you, Terry. Terry Rozier the third. Sorry. Yeah, GMB. So the reunion, they sent out the registration info this Saturday. That's for housing and for events during reunion weekend. So I haven't done it yet. I don't know if you've done it yet.
I have not signed up yet. So we are in a weird spot, you and I.
Yeah, we are. Yeah. We have a bunch of people. Yeah.
We have a bunch of people. We are co-hosts, yet we had different senior living situations. So we'll have to have a separate conversation off air about that.
Yeah, for sure.
Murph says, will you guys be at the AA meeting Saturday morning?
Of course we will, Murph. I hope you will be as well. We will be for sure.
Also, I know I told you this guy a long time ago, but that stupid draft. So I get to draft attendees. Kenny, shout out to Kenny, who has already paid. I got a link that says like, hey, can you donate X amount of money? It could be any amount of money. It could be one penny, but it helps with the national rankings for people who donate for reunion. And it's by the amount of people who donate, the percentage of your returning alumni who donate, not the amount that they donate. Mm-hmm. So a bunch of random people have been put together in this stupid half volunteer, half like donation crew to get money. And Kenny, shout out to Kenny, is the first one to give. Murph, I drafted you 1 overall, but you had already paid. That's how good Murph is.
Wow.
He has already paid.
But so were you able to draft him though?
No,
no,
he had already done it. Yeah, you
right.
too.
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
Kim,
that's tough.
Kim, I can draft you next too.
That makes it a tough draft.
I don't know if I don't know if I saw if you paid or not, but you're going to donate too.
There it is.
There it is.
There it is. Donations. We did have one request on Instagram to talk about BC basketball, but we kind of did already wrap that up. But Jairus Hamilton, 4-star recruit coming in next year.
Let's do it.
We're excited about it. So
very excited. BC basketball. We said this last time. We're not sure if we were. Now I'm happy.
Yeah.
Now that I've let the dust settle.
Yeah.
I'm very happy. But there's no reason that we can't be Loyola.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely no reason. We have the talent to be. If Jerome comes back, we for sure have the talent to be Loyola. And yeah, so like that's what this team should be aiming for, is to be able to get to that level.
Well, let's do this. Let's parlay this into sports. So play.
Yeah,
play
sure. Let's do it. Let's do it. Sorry, I got a lot being managed.
You got a lot going on.
The Monster Jam.
All right, sports.
So I see here we have a bad coach, and I think I agree with you, because we had one of the best backcourts in all of college basketball, and we still underperformed. Now we're stuck between we're stuck between a rock and a hard place, because we did so much better than we usually do.
Yeah,
we literally did not win an ACC game last year, and we beat Duke this year.
Yeah,
so it's hard to still complain because we're technically moving in the right direction. But I think that with the team that we had, I mean, we didn't have any bench, so we didn't have that many good players. It is a hard team to coach when you have literally people coming in the ACC tournament that you didn't know their name. Like they had played 5 minutes the entire season.
Yeah.
So do I think we should have done better? Yes, with the players that we had, but am I happy with not with winning an ACC game? Yes.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about it throughout the year. It's hard to get too upset about seeing progress, because we haven't seen progress in a long time. Going back to the terrible coach criticism, it's valid, I think, on a lot of areas. We talked about this last week on the podcast. He's a little similar to Steve Addazio in some ways, in that there's a couple recruiting tactics that are hard to be mad about, but the X's and O's are just so bad.
Yeah, we have good recruiting coaches and bad game managers. Terrible game managers. And so game coach, and I think just X's and O's, like not just game. Steve Addazio was a lot more specifically game management. Like I don't even think it was an X's and O's thing. It was like he doesn't know when to call a timeout or what the clock is, you know? Yeah.
Whereas with Jim Christian, I feel like we lack a lot of the identity that we need X's and O's wise, not just game management.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So
we do nothing on defense.
We do nothing on defense. We couldn't guard a 3 if our life depended on it.
Yeah.
So
it's true.
Moving along, Loyola of Chicago, who basically could be Boston College.
Yeah.
Jesuit school.
Yeah.
Funky old people that people like. Like we have that. We have all that.
We sure do.
So this Saturday, March 3rd, or April 3rd, sorry. This Saturday, is it April 3rd?
I believe so.
No, 31st.
31st.
Sorry. Saturday, April 31st.
Saturday, March 31st.
Yeah, March 31st. The first game is Loyola versus Michigan. 6:09 p.m. tip-off. It'll probably be 6:30 tip-off.
Yeah.
I said, who you got? Wolverines or Sister Jeans?
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that little. That's a good little.
I wrote it down. I wrote it down on the thing, so he's not laughing because he saw it.
No, I didn't see it.
Oh, well then.
Oh. No, I'm laughing because it's funny.
Okay, good. I thought you were fake laughing.
No, that was a real laugh.
All right, good.
It was real. If I had my sound effect, I would have played it.
All right. So who you got? Wolverines or Sister Jeans?
I got Sister Jeans.
Do you?
I got Sister Jeans. Look, they've come all this way. Obviously, it's partly because I'm rooting for them that I say I got them. This team was a really good offense. Like this isn't I think that it's too easy for a lot of fans to look at an 11 seed in the Final Four and say that it's a fluke. And I think, yeah, a lot of times it could be a fluke. I'd never watched this team before the tournament, but watching them now, it's not a fluke. I think this team plays really good offensive basketball. They're disciplined. They shoot the ball well. They spread the floor well. They just seem to work well in this tournament. And I think they're a good basketball team. And
one thing that they need to have, and they do have, is the clutch gene.
Yeah.
So they've won 3 very, very close games. Yeah. And that's what you need in order to win in March Madness.
Yeah.
They're also not playing a 1 seed or a 2 seed. Not that the seeds even matter because they're an 11 seed. But
it's true.
of all the matchups,
Yeah.
this is the year that they could do it, playing a number 3 Michigan who played Florida State very well.
Yeah.
Wait, did they play? No, sorry, that was Butler. I have to look. Anyway,
yeah.
Loyola is playing very well, and Villanova and Kansas are the 2 teams to beat.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I think it could be an 11 seed versus a 1 seed.
It could, which is insane.
And that's what we're rooting for.
That's what we're rooting for. And like, I think it would be premature to just say that they don't have a chance at this point. You know, I mean, I think that the chances of an 11 seed getting to the Final Four are astronomically low. Once they're there, I think like this team has every chance to win a championship. I think that thinking that just because they're here that it's been a nice story, but they can't beat Kansas or Villanova, I think it's kind of silly because they've beaten teams just as good as those 2 teams.
So as of right now, Chicago Loyola is 12-1 odds to win the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So not that bad. To begin with, they were probably 300-1 odds at least. Murph says, is Grayson Allen to the NBA / potential? I would love to see him in the NBA. I would imagine that LeBron James dunk yesterday where he cruises through the lane, launches up 50 feet in the air,
over Grayson Allen,
slams down over Grayson Allen.
Yeah, I would enjoy that. Even
Grayson,
without liking LeBron, I would enjoy that.
Grayson Allen will get chewed up in the NBA.
I don't like his NBA potential at all. Part of that's probably biased because I don't really like Grayson Allen, but I think that Terry Rozier is going to eat him alive in the NBA.
Yum, yum, yum.
I think I don't think that Grayson Allen has a good NBA future ahead of him. I don't have a good reason for saying it. I just don't think he does.
Well,
I just don't have faith in the kid.
I think he will get drafted.
Yeah, I think so too.
He will play his way onto a bench role because he's a good enough player. He hustles. He will fight and scrap to be on a team.
Yep.
But no one since I can't remember the last time someone came besides Ball. What's the Lonzo Ball?
Yeah.
That someone came in with this bad of a reputation, and Lonzo Ball is getting torched left and right because the players already hate them.
Yeah.
So I would love to see it. I mean, Lonzo's kind of burning out. He's a nobody on his team. He'll probably have a fine career, but Grayson Allen's going to be that times 2. He's going to be a bench player who people can't wait to dunk on.
It's true.
And if you're tripping people in the NBA, you're in for some trouble.
Yeah, the stuff he's been doing, it doesn't fly in the NBA. So I think, obviously, I think a maturity argument is premature to say that this someone won't be good in the NBA because of a maturity issue. I don't think it's just that. I don't know. I'm not super impressed when I watch him. I just really haven't been. I know he's been a very good player at Duke, but I think plenty of times, particularly the last 2 games of this tournament, I think in particular, doesn't really
putting this back
doesn't come into effect. Oh, he's putting it back up. This is a blatant sign of disrespect right there. So I think Grayson Allen not a good NBA future.
No.
So
okay, so Kansas Villanova. That is the game. I mean, both games are fun for their own reasons, but Kansas and Villanova is going to be a powerhouse game. Who do you have winning? Who do you want to win? What are your thoughts?
I want Kansas to win all day. I definitely want Kansas to win, not just because I picked them, because I am not a Villanova fan. I don't really like them very much.
Why? How can you dislike Villanova?
I just don't like Villanova. I don't know.
Really?
No
particular reason?
No, I mean, I just don't really like them.
Okay,
so
fair.
I want Kansas to win. Kansas hasn't won in a good while. It feels like they should. It feels like there are a lot of years they're picked to win and they don't win.
Yep.
I would like to see Kansas get the win. That's pretty much it. I don't know. I'm picking Kansas. I think that there's no reason for me to pick Kansas on who I think will win. This is truly a toss up to me. I've watched a few games of both teams. I don't feel like I'm super well versed on either team and what their strengths and weaknesses are. They both seem to be very good shooting teams. I just like Kansas better.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair. I mean, I do like Kansas too. I'm going to pick Villanova just because of your irrational hatred of them, and you don't know why. I looked at Villanova when I was looking at schools. It's a great school in Philly, right next to downtown. Beautiful campus.
Yep.
Great athletic facilities. So I'm happy that they're doing well. And I mean, come on.
Yeah. Villanova fun is what it is. Yeah.
hey, Kevin. There's a Kevin Durazo sighting.
Yeah, Kevin's here. Cut just a few heart eye emojis. I love it.
Yes, I love you too, Kev.
I didn't
shade from Kim Curtis.
I didn't get ways listed from Villanova because I would never apply to Villanova. So
why do you hate them?
I'm kidding. I don't hate them. I don't hate them to the point of never applying for them. I just don't root for their basketball team. I know a kid that went to Villanova. I have nothing against him. I don't bat an eyelash at the fact he went to Villanova. Just March Madness. I don't like them.
Right.
Same reason you don't root for any team. It's not because you want them all to die. You just don't like rooting for them. So
man, you hate them, don't you?
So there it is.
Okay, so
thank God Duke lost.
So you have won our bracket.
I have.
You have won our bracket.
I won the bracket, so I get the pizza and the beer.
You get pizza and beer. So now I'm also, if Kansas wins, it's a win-win because then at least I pay for the beer instead of the pizza.
Yeah.
Which is in theory less expensive.
In theory, yes.
But depending on what day of the week we go out, if we had tough days.
Yeah. Well, I feel like the loser should pay for whichever one's more expensive. Wouldn't that be the spirit of the the outcome?
That's the spirit, but technically not the hard fast rules.
True.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what we have. That's Saturday at 6:09 p.m. And then Saturday, I think at 9 is the second game. So Loyola versus Michigan is the first game. Villanova versus Kansas is the second game. Saturday night, big game for March Madness.
Huge.
So we're both rooting for an 11 seed to make the final.
Yeah, and to win, personally.
They're going to lose to a 1 seed.
Yeah, but are you rooting for them to win?
I think not.
You don't. I had a feeling you were going to.
Because I enjoy so I'm not a huge March Madness fan. I know we've done this a ton on the podcast, but I want to continue to be like, there's no way they can win. Why have them invited?
Yeah. You want to be able to keep that one.
Yeah.
That would get a lot harder for you to argue next year. You would have to argue. You would have to sacrifice that you can put. I mean, if an 11 seed wins and there's 4 regions, you would have to reduce your argument to all right, 48 teams is the max. Because they're basically in the 40 to 50 range as far as teams in the tournament. So you would have to backtrack it pretty far. So I understand you rooting against them to win it all.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I'm rooting for them.
Okay, so go. What's their names? The
Ramblers.
The Ramblers.
The Loyola Chicago
Ramblers.
Yeah.
Another quick note in sports is opening day baseball.
Yeah.
Starts Thursday.
Yeah, it does.
So we had our fantasy draft yesterday. Teams all set. Rays, Red Sox.
Red
opening
Sox.
series.
Opens the season in Tampa.
Red Sox at Rays.
Yeah.
I actually fly home for Easter on Wednesday, so I'm going to miss them by a day.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to catch them on the way home, but they start Thursday.
Right.
What are your thoughts on the Red Sox opening day lineup?
So,
and does Rick Porcello have a bounce back year? Because I drafted him.
Okay, so I'll start with that one. He'll have a bounce back year if that's defined as better than last year.
Correct.
But it is not bouncing back to being a Cy Young.
Yeah, he needs to bounce somewhere in the middle of worst pitcher on the team and Cy Young award
I think
winner.
he will bounce directly into the middle of that range.
Okay. Good.
I think they'll have a decent bounce back year. I don't think he's going to be nearly as good as a Cy Young candidate. But to go to the Red Sox opening day lineup, I think it's a real interesting year coming up for the Red Sox because they're by and large picked as the 4th best team in the AL, really, by a lot of the mainstream experts. You've got the Yankees making all the headlines, the Astros as defending champions, and the Indians as a team that was right there, And so I think the Red Sox are, for the most part, not considered to be at the level of those 3 teams yet. I think they can be if a lot of their guys who had relatively poor years last year bounce back strong.
Yeah.
And a lot of their young guys who developed. So
did you bolster your pitching at all besides Sale last year?
Not much in the offseason, no.
Because JD Martinez is a huge pickup.
Is a big pickup, yeah.
But I remember your pitching not being.
There's a couple guys in the bullpen that they're supposed to get back, but not a lot of help as far as starters go. So I mean, but a lot of them, again, injuries do play an impact because David Price was injured for a lot of last year as well. So you've got Chris Sale, David Price, Rick Porcello. Those are your 3 starters at the top of the rotation. You've got Eduardo Rodriguez, Drew Pomeranz are also in there.
Pomeranz is on the DL.
And so is Eduardo Rodriguez to start the year. So they got 2 bums, I think, starting at the back of the rotation. You got Brian Johnson and Hector Velasquez, I think, is a decent, has some promise, but he's not established at all. So the Red Sox rotation has a few question marks, but you've got the 3 guys at the top that you're pretty confident in, I think. The lineup is where there's a lot of flexibility as far as how good they could be, because you have guys like Benintendi and Betts and Bogarts and Jackie Bradley, who are all still pretty young. Bradley's getting to be his upper 20s.
You still have Sandy Leon.
Sandy Leon is a Hall of Famer, and we still have him.
That's huge.
So actually the Red Sox extended Christian Vasquez, who's really their main catcher, who actually was better than Sandy Leon last year, but it's fun to say that Sandy Leon's the best player in the world. But so you have all those guys, and I think that if a lot of them bounce back, the Red Sox can have a really good year. I think it's going to be I have faith in them to do so. Also, new manager is one of the things that nobody has been talking about a lot because of the fact that all these players have the jury out on them. Alex Cora as the new manager is going to be interesting as well because people around here started to very much dislike John Farrell towards the end of his time. So
I think Cora is coming into a perfect scenario of actually having a very, very, very good baseball team that's not expected to win this division.
That's true.
So he basically has all the leeway in the world. Like unless his team finishes bottom last in the AL, he's going to get a couple of years to work with, which is a very good situation.
That's true. What do you think about the Rays?
That's a great question.
How many losses?
How many games do they play?
162.
I say the Rays could get over 100 losses. I don't think we're going to be a good team. I don't want to talk too much about them because we basically scrapped the team for parts. We got rid of Logan Morrison, Jake Odorizzi, Alex Cobb, Evan Longoria. Basically, Corey Dickerson, our all-star. Like anyone you can think of who's not named Chris Archer, we just dumped. And I think Chris Archer will probably be a hot commodity at the trade deadline. So I don't think the Rays will compete. I think they will be a fun team to watch. They always do some crazy stuff because they have to compete. They have the catchers now are wearing sleeves that have pitching tendency or batting tendencies on them. So like a quarterback in the huddle with your playbook, they've got a pitching playbook on their arm now, and it's legal.
Yeah. And
so the Rays are the team that are trying all this funky stuff. They're the first to do shifts.
Yeah.
They were the first to not stop a pitcher, not on pitch count, but how many times they've been through the order. So they'll try all this funky stuff, and it'll be fun to watch. And they'll, I don't know, they'll be a baseball team that I like to root for is what they are. But they're not going to, be competitive in this division with the Yankees and the Red Sox. And even the Orioles are very good.
Yeah.
And can be competitive in the MLB at all with their payroll.
Right. It's true. It's true. And it's become kind of one of the sad things about, well, I shouldn't say it's become, it always has been. One of the sad things about the way baseball is structured is just like you got all these teams that really cannot sustain their place up top. Even a team like the Houston Astros, I wonder what's going to happen to them because the Astros don't have a huge market, financially the way that these other franchises do.
Well, the Astros,
what happens when it's time to re-sign all these guys?
They're stuck in the same boat, but they did it correctly where they harvested a lot of good young talent, very good drafting, traded for picks, traded for prospects.
Yeah.
And then on the year they had to win, they pulled the trigger and got Justin Verlander. You pull the trigger and get a very, very good player to compete that year.
Yeah.
So it's the only way, it's the only formula that these teams can compete. And it's kind of sad.
Yeah.
That like JD Martinez gets to sit around and say he hates the Red Sox offer for $100 bazillion, and all the other teams are like, well, can't give you that.
What do we do?
So whenever you're done, like dicking around over there with the Red Sox, and you're going to end up signing. So who cares?
Yeah, exactly. And that's the way it's been in baseball now. And it's unfortunate, but the Rays are one of the teams that fall into that. And unfortunately they lost
Go Rays,
the guys that they had during the few years that they were competitive there. So that's it. Baseball opening up. This year, I think it is the earliest opening day in MLB history. So that's why, but it crept up fast this year. I had no idea that
there will be
so soon.
There will be a snow delay. Yeah. That's my call.
Okay. I like that call. That call. Cause I mean, the Red Sox come home in like a week out, or I think it's like they start with like 5 games on the road and then they're home. So it's like that could easily still be snow.
I don't know if, hey, look who it is. Come here.
So what? What? Oh,
say hello.
Yeah, it's on. Guest appearance. There he is.
Hey!
There he is. Look at him. Oh yes. So
Mundo, Kenny says hey.
Yeah, Kenny's chiming in, and so is Murph. Mundo, Bobby Mundo.
Got some fans in the
the fans
back.
are happy about it. He says "Go Eagles" if you couldn't hear it on the mic. So anything else in sports you want to touch on? I mean,
nothing else in sports.
What about the crowd? Does the crowd?
You guys want to talk about anything?
Any sports topics we want to touch on? We'll give them a minute to.
Or any shout outs? We can do a shout out.
Personalized sections. Shout out. We got sports topics ready. There's 14 of you out there. So, I mean, Steph Curry, Mr. Glass. He's out for a while here.
I love this too.
Okay, we got a couple. All right, let's go. Let's hit him.
Let's hit NBA. Let's hit.
You want to hit Steph Curry first or Lightning Bruins first?
Lightning Bruins.
All right. So Kenny says here that says that the Bruins and Lightning are on a collision course for the Eastern Conference Finals, which is
Fact.
Undeniably true.
Yeah.
Right now, the big question here is which of them is going to get the 1 seed. The Lightning have had it for most of the year. They still have a good stance on it. But
Yeah,
so
you may lose this year.
So the Bruins are 2 points behind the Lightning with a game in hand. So this is essentially
a tie.
With 2 games head to head remaining. So it comes down to those 2 games. Really, they each only have like 6 or 7 left. It's gonna be a huge race. And as I've mentioned on the podcast a couple times, but we'll reiterate it here. This race for number 1 is really important, more than normal years it is, because the 3rd seed in the Atlantic Division is Toronto, who is a better team than a lot of the teams in the Metropolitan Division. And so getting that top seed and avoiding Toronto in the first round instead, I don't want to phrase it as avoiding Toronto because it's not like they're some team that you're scared of, but they're way better than the bottom seed in the conference that you'd get. So getting the number 1 seed is a big deal.
And they play how many more times?
They play the Bruins Lightning play each other two more times.
2 more times.
Yeah.
The 2 biggest. So it all comes down to these 2 games.
Now, if they split those 2 games, it'll be anticlimactic because it's like they end up right where they were. But they won't. You're right.
They're both going to go to overtime.
They're both go to overtime. And
the Lightning win in overtime.
Both of them? You think 2 overtime wins?
That's what I'm saying.
I think that the Bruins are going to win both of them.
Okay, wow, good pick. Yeah, so you are correct. They are actually on the collision course. We talked about this last week. It's going to be towards Chris's wedding, which is mid-May.
Yeah, mid to late May. The conference finals is usually late May, so it should start around then.
I don't watch Bees games, Kenny. I watch Lightning games because they're the best team in the league. I watch the best team in the league is what I do.
Kenny's right. Steve obviously didn't watch the Bees game last night. Look, I am really pumped for what that will be because these are clearly the 2 best teams in the conference for a while now. It's been that way for a month. And
it is going to be the perfect scenario for us. I mean, knock on wood, it ends up happening, but they are both very, very good. Usually like there's a reason for one of them to kind of sputter out or not play very well in the playoffs.
Yeah.
This is going to be me versus you.
They should both be healthy. If the Bruins are ravaged with injuries, but the expectation is they'll be healthy in the playoffs, let alone if they get to the conference finals against Tampa.
Lightning are relatively healthy, which is good, but knock on wood, like I said, they can hold on to it.
Also, I will add that I just want to make one clarification. It won't be the conference finals, unfortunately.
Wedding shout out.
It will be the conference semifinals because of the way the division works out. So
we're so excited for your wedding.
There's also a shout out here from someone who made an appearance on the podcast before, which was Nora, who is a big sports fan. So that's one of my other coworkers, Michelle.
I live sports too.
I live sports too, or you help me loving sports more. So there we go.
Perfect.
So sports expert star. That's what Nora's stance on this is. And Chris, you're welcome for the wedding shout out. We are very excited.
Thank you for the wedding invite.
Actually, Chris does need to give his answer here, though. Who is he going to be rooting for if the Bruins and Lightning are playing each other in that series at your wedding?
And
me and Steve are both there, and we're watching it. Like, who are you rooting for? That's a good question. We'll give him. There's a little bit of a delay, so we'll give him a little bit of time to answer. Bruins. Oh, he doesn't even hesitate. I had a feeling that Chris was coming around and becoming a Bruins fan. I think not even a question. He's like appalled that we asked that, and Kenny's happy about that as well. So
I'm changing this.
All right. So now moving to the other topic that was raised by the fans, which is Steph Curry being made of glass. Steph comes back after a long hiatus where they were holding him out, ironically enough, because they were scared about him re-injuring his ankle. And so they're scared about him re-injuring his ankle. And he goes out and he sprains his MCL in his first game back, which is a big deal. Steve Kerr has already said he's definitely not going to be back for round 1 of the playoffs. Like, he has closed the door on round 1 completely.
That's one thing I love about Steve Kerr is, like, a lot a will be dodgy and say, like, oh, no, like, we still don't know if Gordon Hayward's coming back.
Yeah.
And we've had 2 years to figure out if he's coming back.
Yeah.
Steve Kerr is just like, no, he's not going to be here. We'll win without him.
Yeah. And so I think I will say Brad Stevens tried to do the same thing that Steve Kerr did. Brad Stevens has said Gordon Hayward's not coming back this year, but then Gordon Hayward's like, I'm still trying to come back. And the fans are all like, oh, he's coming back. So, but yeah, so I think that's going to be an interesting question. I don't think that it hurts the Warriors' ability to win. I mean, round 1, certainly, as long as everyone else is back healthy. It does affect them if he's still lingering against the Rockets, I think.
Yeah.
The Rockets are a good enough team that I think the Warriors full strength are going to have their hands full with the Rockets.
So it depends. I mean, we don't know the severity of the injury.
Yeah.
To Murph's.
He's going to be reevaluated in 4 weeks, apparently.
Oh, we got a Christmas tree question.
How come there's a Christmas tree? So we covered this earlier. Because it's March.
We're lazy. We're really, really lazy.
Because you can't throw Christmas away. And this is a 9-foot Christmas tree. So we're going to be throwing it away.
I'm going to turn the camera to show them it.
All right. We're going to turn the camera a little here. Show them the Christmas tree. It's 9 feet. It's 9 feet. They're pre-gaming Christmas in July. Exactly. So look at that. There's the Christmas. It's on a little delay, but you gotta look at that. It's like, oh man, it's so I'll stand up for reference. Okay, there we go. That's me. There you go. Look at how tall that is. Tree is insanely tall. So that's what we're dealing with. And that's why we're not taking it down, because we'll be throwing it away when we take it down. So, she says, but you are 5'5". Well,
that's true.
That's true.
Okay. Any other sports topics we should talk about
besides Steph Curry? Yes. Anyone else got another sports topic here while we're on it? We don't have a ton.
We don't want to spend
more on the agenda.
How about pop culture? Let's move to pop culture.
You want to move to pop culture? We can always fill back in with sports.
You guys, we're moving to pop culture for some really hot topics. Some smoking
hot topics. So here's pop culture.
According to some people.
I made that bitch famous.
All right. So pop culture. Do we want to insert the original pop culture
We
question?
should just do it in honor of 100 episodes.
I think we should.
The original question that basically almost spurred this podcast into the international super hit that it is today.
Yeah.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Yeah.
The answer is no.
The answer is unequivocally no.
However, Murph is the first person to say no, and his state is the state that taxes it as a sandwich.
That is true. New York taxes hot dogs as sandwiches, which is the strongest argument we've had in favor of a hot dog being a sandwich. Every other argument on the face of the earth goes at a hot dog not being a sandwich.
Except for the bread argument. The bread argument is if you do 2 pieces of bread, it's a sandwich.
Yeah.
If you have 1 piece of bread, it's not. However, then a hamburger is a sandwich.
It's a sandwich if you use that argument, right? Right. So the other argument that I make, I remember making, there's a gazillion.
There's a lot of arguments.
But a hot dog is a hot dog, even if there's no bun, right?
See, that's true about hot dogs.
So should we really be calling it a hot dog sandwich?
Is it a hot dog sandwich?
Right. So maybe it's not a sandwich, but it's a hot dog sandwich.
It could be
if you put a bun on your hot dog, because a hot dog is a hot dog without a bun. It's still a hot dog. So
shout out Aaron Tobin, who's watching live. Just check my phone. You can also hit the chat. Okay, so yes, a hot dog is not a sandwich.
So
the one that I actually care about is, we shouldn't get into all of these, but is a flavored Tic Tac a mint?
Fruit flavored Tic Tac.
Is a fruit flavored Tic Tac a mint or a candy?
That one was probably the most controversial topic we ever had.
This is one I actually intrinsically feel. I am correct.
And so do I. This is the one that we feel, I think, most polarized on. That's you're welcome, Chris.
Chris.
We're happy to figure out the 100 by the 100th episode whether the hot dog is a sandwich or not. The Tic Tacs
is an orange Tic Tac a fruit flavored mint or a candy?
Yes. So the orange Tic Tac is the basic example, but I would like to go further to like the assorted fruit flavored Tic Tacs, because that's really like where I feel strongly on.
Thank you.
So I think that
1 vote for mint.
The orange ones I think can go either way. Candy. So we're 1-1. We're not going to chime in if you want.
But Murph says he doesn't care.
So that is a good point.
As mints.
Mints are flavored. That's why they call them mint. Mints are mint flavored. That's why they call them mints.
So here's the thing. Tic Tac says on the mint package now, fruit flavored mint.
It does. And so
1 calorie per
it does.
Mint.
And I do acknowledge that.
Nora's correct, but it says only 2 calories per mint.
So that's
it literally says that on the box. It's 2 calories per mint.
I have acknowledged that it does say mint on every single Tic Tac packaging that you can get out there. But I believe it's really marketing. I think that because
I think you're brainwashed by the candy industry.
I think you're brainwashed by the marketing industry. I think that if something is marketed as something, it doesn't mean that's what it is. And I think that you have been brainwashed that Tic Tacs are mints because of the marketing.
Candies are inherently bad for you.
I guess that. I mean,
Is a fruit flavored mint bad for you?
probably.
You think a Tic Tac is bad for you?
It must be. Yeah. I mean, if you eat a gazillion of them,
There's only 2 calories per mint.
I mean, well, yeah, but they're so tiny.
York
I mean,
peppermint patties.
York.
See there?
So York. So that's a good. I mean,
So how about this,
So-
Emma McVeigh? What about cinnamon Altoids?
cinnamon Altoids.
Mint,
So, that's a good question. That's a good counter.
mint or candy?
That's a good counter. But so my
What?
counter.
Cinnamon? If I said,
So
oh, do you have any candy? And you handed me a hot smoking cinnamon Altoid and burned
Yeah.
the back of my mouth,
Yeah.
I would
but
be so upset.
so again, so I think so Chris brings up a good point. Mint is a plant. So if it isn't mint flavored, then it's not a mint. It's a candy. I think that's a good point.
Mint is a plant. What does mint being a plant?
But here's the thing. Here's the other one that I bring up, and I tend to go to this every time we have the debate. Is I just look at lifesavers and I compare. I'm lifesavers is my lifesaver in this argument because what do you consider lifesavers? Lifesavers have the exact same options as Tic Tacs when there's a mint version and there's a fruit version.
Yeah.
And so if you don't think that the fruit version of lifesavers are mints, then I don't know how you can think the fruit flavored Tic Tacs are mints.
So the Lifesaver brand also uses the word candy on their candy. They are
Okay.
they are distinguishing between their two products.
So
And they also sell a gummy version.
It's just marketing. I think that you are total.
It's true. Fruit Lifesavers
They are trash. I'm not defending fruit lifesavers. I'm just saying that the difference between fruit lifesavers and mint lifesavers is the same as the difference between fruit Tic Tacs.
Go to any store. How are you telling Tic Tac what they make?
I once saw a Tic
Tic
Tac.
Tac says they make mints, and they market them as mints.
And
they say on every package they are mints. And now you're telling
you should
them,
know in this day and
Tic Tac-
age that what people say is
Tic
not
Tac,
true.
I know better than you. Tic
So
Tacs.
I once saw a pack of Tic Tacs that was s'mores flavored Tic Tacs. They were chocolate and marshmallow.
Who cares?
And they called them mints. So like, if we're gonna do that, then
Listen, we're not crazy.
I'm just gonna go bake a
We're not
chocolate and
crazy.
caramel cake and say, "Here, Steve, I made you a mint. Just use this to freshen your breath before you go to
Fruit
work."
can be minty. They're a little minty. There's a hint of mint.
All right. Well,
Okay.
so that was clearly our most spirited debate of the podcast history. Do we have another? We were talking the other night about all the.
That one
debates
makes me upset at you.
Well, we will always differ on that topic. So, do we have any other controversial ones that we had? Or do any listeners remember? Chris generally
Does anyone have
keeps
any
track
questions
well
about
of
any funny questions to debate? Like is
Mentos? He said Mentos. That's a good one.
Mentos is good.
It's similar, yeah. But again,
That's
I think
just
fruit
another-
Mentos are candy. to me.
Another
So,
variable.
but our mint Mentos candy.
Get the heck out of
Yeah,
here. All right, let's move along. So, for those of you who live under a rock, you may not have seen the Stormy Daniels controversy. Do we get another?
Yeah. So yeah, we don't have to address it, but
Oh,
do you want to address it or no?
Holes. No, because we know the
Okay.
answer.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I actually heard other people. I overheard people not agreeing with the answer. But
All right, let's do it.
okay, real quick. How many holes does a straw have, Steve?
Let's ask. How many holes?
How many
does a
holes do
straw
you guys
have?
think a straw has? The choices are 0, 1, or 2, right? You're crazy if you think it's not one of those 3 choices,
2.
right? 2.
So we know the answer. There's a correct answer.
I think there's a correct answer.
I think there's a correct answer.
Yeah. So we'll see what you guys say. 2, 1. Oh man. Okay. 1. 1.
Whoa.
1. Okay. Wow. So we are. Wow.
Whoa.
Okay. All right. One long. Okay. If I handed you a straw and said, "Hey, Steve, here's a straw. There's a hole in it, though."
Straw's broken. It has a hole.
It has
in
a hole in it. So if you give me a straw with a hole in it, I can't drink out of it.
Straw has
because
0 holes.
Straw doesn't have any holes.
0 is correct.
I think that a straw has no
Yeah,
holes. I
and
can't believe
wanna
some
know
people
why?
think a straw has holes.
The author of the book Holes was contacted for this question, and that was his argument. And I'm not going to argue with the guy who wrote Holes. Yeah.
So Scary Terry's come around quickly on this
Yeah.
argument.
Oh, never mind. You're right.
He says, "Oh, never mind." No, I mean, so we equated it to several other things that are similar to straws, such as a ring. Does a ring have a hole in it?
It's just
No, it's just the way it's built. It's
just the way
built
it's
as
built.
a thing, and
it's a wraparound object.
There's no a hole in something. Is
It's a circle.
yeah.
Love is
Yeah.
a circle.
So
Stanley Yelnats.
Stanley Yell. All right, so we addressed that one real quick. We didn't want to spend too much time on it.
Ring is a hole. No, it's
I
a
don't know
hole.
about that.
You're a hole.
So all right, pop culture back on track. You continue with your.
I don't know if
introduction to
this is
story.
even on track because
We're way off track.
We're
but
way
yeah.
off track. But Stormy Daniels,
Yeah.
I'm going to guess. How about this? This is a funny question for our listeners. For those of you who did not watch the 60 Minutes, Stormy Daniels, it's the stupidest thing ever. Don't watch anything that has to do with her
Yeah,
or
I didn't
anything.
watch it.
How much money do you think she was paid as hush money? Because I have the answer here in front of me. Basically,
We're still stuck on the holes
On the
over
holes.
here.
is Joe Flacco elite? Whoa.
150K is one guess. Couple mil is the next guess.
Stormy Daniels, porn star extraordinaire.
Yep. How much was she paid as hush money?
Who is this girl? Don't look her up. Do not Google her.
Do not Google her, especially at work.
Do not Google her. What? She saw it.
I think Michelle might have saw the answer
Okay.
somewhere.
We have Michelle who nails it. 130K
130K.
of hush money.
Yeah.
So that's basically what, like, you wouldn't have to pay me any money not to tell people I
Yeah.
slept with Donald Trump. Like, if I would be like, I would deny, like,
Yeah.
you don't have to pay me
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah. No, $0. Yeah.
She got off with
Yeah.
130K more than she should have.
Yeah. That is true.
Because she wouldn't have told a soul.
Yeah.
Now she's telling
That's true.
everybody that he's president.
And
but-
so on the flip side of that, I think you said this earlier, 130 is like not even remotely close to how much you'd have to be paid to sleep with Donald Trump.
yeah,
Like,
correct.
like I would like that number has to be 50 times higher than that.
50.
Like $1 billion. I don't know. I'm trying to do quick math in my head. I don't. It has to be way higher than that.
Podcast is so
So,
live.
Yeah, this is very live.
It's so live.
Um,
So we didn't watch any of that. It's stupid news, but we did
stupid
say
news, yeah.
it's very low on the list of reasons that I dislike Donald Trump.
Yeah, yes.
So it's
I agree
really
with
like,
that.
I'm not like,
I agree
of
with that.
course I don't want him to have an affair
Yeah.
while he has a wife and children. But
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
there's so many important reasons why I hate him.
Yeah.
That's one of the least important.
That is not very high on the list at all. So, stupid
about-
topic.
And another stupid topic, Mark Zuckerberg,
Yep.
moving along. So Facebook has all your data. It has stolen all of our
Right.
data,
They own,
including
they own you. and
they
me.
own this
Yeah,
podcast
they own
already.
everyone.
Whatever you've put on Facebook, they
Yeah.
own. They have no
Yeah.
way of policing it.
Yeah.
They admitted as much in a full page apology in the newspaper.
Yeah.
So they buy 5 or 6 different full page apologies. So all of the 60-year-old finance guys going to work can read Facebook's apology and quote unquote delete Facebook. Like who cares if they put it in print? Like
Yeah.
say something on your website
Yeah.
that people actually use.
Yeah. There's a very easy way to get a message to every person who uses your platform
yeah.
by popping a message up right in front of them.
Yeah.
So,
So I think that was a very strategic thing for Facebook to do
Yeah.
is not. Oh, there's another question, Murph. We Cambridge
Analytica in Cambridge, Mass. So Cambridge Analytica is the company that we talked about last week who kind of engineered this whole thing with the data and the political advertisements. The answer is no. Stunningly enough, Cambridge Analytica is not in Cambridge, Mass. Could have sworn they were going to be when we saw the article, but they are not. They are in London, I think you said.
They are in
Yeah.
Cambridge.
In Cambridge.
Cambridge,
Yeah,
England.
Cambridge, England.
Which
So
was London, I think.
so that's the answer on Cambridge Analytica. Back to Facebook though. It didn't become clear to me about this. I thought this was like kind of a weird move by Facebook until today actually is when I realized it. It's because Facebook was rattled because Facebook thought that this episode was going to be streamed on Facebook Live and then
Yeah.
they got wind of it that it was going to be on YouTube Live instead of Facebook Live.
Yeah.
And they had really kind of built their entire like
We're out on Facebook Live.
Yeah.
We are in on YouTube Live.
yeah, YouTube
This
Live's
is so
here.
fun.
This is fun. Yeah, this is fun.
I don't know if I can do every episode live.
I
'cause
don't think so either.
It's hard to focus.
Yeah, it is hard to focus, but it is fun.
It is a lot of fun.
Um,
And thank you guys all for
And it's good.
joining.
And let's just be honest, we wouldn't get this much interaction if we did it every week.
Absolutely not.
We wouldn't get people on here, but once in a while, it's good.
I
Thank
would-
you, Nora. Cambridge is not in London.
I would like to shout out Luke Nicholas.
Is Luke on there?
Yeah, he just texted me.
he-
Going to Greece together.
He's got to chat something in.
Boys,
chat something in.
in, boy.
So yeah. Facebook weird move.
Something that'll get
we
Luke.
don't like Facebook. Oh, actually, yeah. This has been discussed with Michelle, who's been on here earlier. She has a mission for everyone to delete Facebook, for everyone to get off Facebook.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
So it's just she thinks it's time for everyone to Facebook's bad, get off
So
of it.
what is bad? Well, we won't get into that, but
Yeah.
Facebook owns Instagram. Facebook owns WhatsApp.
That's
like,
the tricky thing. I think
you don't get off. You don't like get off Facebook.
Yeah.
You get off like
I don't-
they're small. Like they are now a conglomerate.
It's true. It's true. now I don't want to speak for her too much, but I think it's the privacy thing that they just like, they try to trick you constantly, you know?
Yeah.
So,
she wants to be a guest
yeah,
to talk about deleting Facebook.
yeah.
As we post on Facebook to watch our podcast.
That's perfect. We'll book you soon. No pun intended. To talk about Facebook.
We'll Facebook you soon.
And bring down the giant. It starts here.
Why Facebook? Bring in any giant.
Yeah. Yeah, true. I guess it just sounded fun for me to get
It's
riled
true.
up about that.
Yeah,
So,
for you.
cool. So, all right. That's all 3 of our periods. So
I do want to hold up this one more time for those who weren't watching
yeah.
earlier.
This was, yeah. You want to bring it up to the camera?
You
Yeah,
explain
bring
it and
to
say,
All right.
what's everyone's favorite?
I'll do the
of
play.
this
I'll do the
list?
play-by-play again. So
What do you
now that we
think?
have
Of this
more
list.
people
I
on in
want-
the beginning
I want concrete
of
answers.
this list, Steve's going to hold this bracket up for you for a little bit. This is hold it up a little bit, Steve. This is Disney Pixar bracket. Take a screenshot of your screen if you can, of Disney Pixar movies. And this is a bracket, and it's Steve's pick in the bracket. And that's pretty much the explanation of what we're doing. So we debated this earlier. Steve took a lot of heat for going with Mulan. Scary Terry's given a vote of confidence for Mulan. So Steve picked Mulan. The most notable thing here is that Mulan upset The Lion King in the final 4, which people were not happy about. I'll say the fans that were on here early were not happy. So anybody who joined late can chime in on that. I had The Lion King over Toy Story. That was my pick. I don't care if that's 2 number 1 seeds. I don't care if I'm
Mulan,
called soft for that.
You're soft. Toy Story. So Nemo versus Monsters Inc. is a big one. We already did that.
We went with Nemo. Or I went with Nemo.
Coco versus Toy Story 3 is surprisingly difficult. Toy Story versus Nemo, Nemo versus Monsters Inc., and Lion King versus Mulan is hard.
Yeah. Lion King versus Mulan is hard for you. Not hard for me. Lion King.
We have a very surprise appearance by an attorney.
By an attorney? Why do we need an attorney?
John Robertson.
John Robertson is on there.
Shout out.
Wow, I
Welcome,
didn't know.
welcome to the pod.
I didn't know
He
that
objects.
John had time to do anything. What did he object to?
That's stupid. Lion King is the best.
Oh,
It's
see,
not even close.
Yeah, Lion King shouldn't have even been in this bracket.
Lion King's in my top 4. It's in my final 4.
I know,
It
I know,
loses
but
to my winner.
I know, but it's it's got to be the Lion King.
All right.
I know. I think I know you, and I think that you didn't want to pick the Lion King because that's what everyone will pick.
Get the heck out of here. Mulan is a great Disney movie.
I'm not saying that you don't like Mulan. I'm not saying that you're faking it. I'm saying that if it was a toss up for you and you went against the grain, I think if those were flipped in popularity, you would have gone with Lion King.
I don't think so.
The Lion King is just such a widely picked.
Yes, fine.
Every single person who does that bracket.
What about Lion King 2 and Lion King 3?
No. Lion King. Just Lion King. So yeah.
I'm just saying.
Lion
I
King.
think Mulan. All right.
I went with the
took some heat.
classics.
I took some
Toy
heat.
Story, Lion King. Lion King wins it. But hey, that's why everyone's entitled to their own bracket. You know, just like March Madness, just like anything else. So, hashtag Final Four. Hashtag not good enough.
Hashtag.
Lion King is better relative to animation than Godfather is to movies. That's a hot take. I like it.
Oh, Luke says
like
Mulan is a reach.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hey, it's your Cinderella.
It's
No
my
pun
Cinderella.
intended.
Yeah, it's my Loyola Chicago. There you go.
Yeah.
Loyola
Yeah.
Mulan Chicago.
I was making a Disney movie joke, not a Loyola joke.
Oh.
Yeah, Cinderella.
I was making a March Madness joke.
Yeah, that was combine them. That was
Yeah,
perfect.
high
So,
five.
yeah, nice job. All right. So that was back to the bracket at the beginning. That covers all of our topics. So I guess
That's
we can,
it.
if
I
we
mean,
want to go a couple more minutes, we can do.
Does anyone want to talk about anything else before we do the final drive? Because we could talk about whatever
I don't
we
even
want.
have a final drive actually. I'm just gonna.
I've got one.
I'll copy yours.
Luke says
probably.
mint is a plant. It's a lifestyle. Mint isn't a plant. It's a lifestyle.
Okay,
I agree.
that's a good. It's kind of a very zen way to back out of that out of that debate. Yeah, I don't have much of a final drive, so I will certainly allow time for you to. No, I'm not even going to make one up. I don't think so.
Is a cheesecake a cake or a pie?
Okay, is a cheesecake a cake or a pie?
That is a good question.
That's a wow, because I think it's a pie, but like,
do you? It's absolutely a cake. Yeah, it's a cake.
I mean, it's called a cake, but
yeah, it's a cake.
I would be inconsistent with my stance on your mint thing if I just said that because it was called something that I was going to just say it was that.
It has a crust. Kenny
I kind of
says
think
it has
it's a pie.
Whoa.
I think it's a pie.
Cheesecake is a cake.
I think it's. I don't know, man. I think it's a pie. So
I think you're a pie.
I I mean, look, I didn't expect myself to think this, but I think it's a pie. I do.
No, pies are more.
But they got those pies like
Crust can't be the crust cannot be the definition of a pie.
No, I'm not going with just the.
You don't bake it. You bake a pie.
Yeah, but
besides a pie,
you bake a cake. You bake a cake more than you bake a pie.
Yeah, you're right.
Man, I mean, you got those pies that you like put in the fridge sometimes, like those like Oreo pies. Remember those Oreo pies? They sell in the store and you just put it in the fridge and like you mix it up and put it in the fridge.
It's a pastry. Food for thought.
No. He was saying to Scary Terry said that to an earlier comment. Not sure you bake key lime pie.
And then food for thought is a funny phrase.
Food for thought is a funny phrase to use. That's true. Do cakes have to have frosting? No.
Right? I don't know why. It's almost like is a hot dog a sandwich. I don't know why I feel exactly why a cheesecake is a cake.
Yeah.
But my gut says cake. Cake.
Yeah,
what about occasions?
My gut says
would
pie.
you ever bring a cheesecake to Thanksgiving dessert table?
I think so, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It's a pie. It's a pie.
No, I think I would. I think I could.
Would you ever have a pie as for your birthday?
No.
But you would have a cheesecake.
Maybe.
Birthday cake?
No.
Could it be a birthday cake?
Could cheesecake be a birthday cake? I mean,
that's my best argument. Pie definition. A dessert consisting of a filling or fruit or custard, yes, in a pastry shell or topped with pastry or both. See, that is the best definition for
in a pastry shell.
Cheesecake not being
there's no top, right?
A cake.
There's no crust top. There's no pastry
top. There's no crust top. It's not a filling.
Yeah.
Absolutely would bring a cheesecake.
I think
not
all pies have tops. Not all pies have tops. Yeah. Right. Because it doesn't say it needs a top. It says or top pastry or both.
Is cheddar a cheese? Get out of here. So is a cheesecake a cake? Kenny comes in with the best argument for it is a cake, not a pie, because a pie is a dessert consisting of a filling,
right?
Fruit or custard, typically in a pastry shell or topped with a pastry.
Yeah.
I would not say that a cheesecake has a pastry shell. It may have a crust.
All right, we're not gonna debate if cheddar is a cheese.
Yeah, kidding. Wow, mind blown. Well, is the 100th episode a success?
I think it's a success.
We do it?
I think this was a lot of fun.
I think this is a lot of fun.
I think that we could do this more often if there was demand for it.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, but like if we were set up for it, you know, I think it's
balloons.
If we were prepared.
Oh wait, I have something.
Oh, Steve's got something. So I'll just sit here and kill time for a little bit. So, anybody have anything they want to help me kill time with? I got nothing else on the agenda. Steve's running around the house. Oh, I'll tell you guys a story about what happened earlier for those of you who missed it. And people in the comments can actually verify this for me to make sure that you can verify I'm telling the truth. We literally had a fire in the apartment in the beginning of this episode. Oh, nice call. Nice call. There was literally a fire in the beginning of this episode in our apartment. There's a candle lit back there and it blew up and it had a little bit of fire on the table. So that fire has been put out. I literally put out a fire during the podcast. But Steve got a bottle of champagne, so he's opening it now.
How do you open champagne?
So I don't know how to open champagne. There you go. I think you did it. You opened it. All right, you did it. Sweet. Are you taking the champagne glass or the wine glass?
Taking the champagne.
All right, I'll take the wine glass.
Classy.
By process. Yes, we're still alive, by the way. The fire has been put out and we're alive. So all right, Steve, you did this for 50. We'll do it for 100. All right. See, I got a headset microphone, so I have to move it a little
100th
bit.
episode is lit. Yeah. That's so true.
All right. He got the expensive stuff. So
we did something funny Steve. For 69. You guys, we're going to do the final drive, but I just want to say cheers to 100 episodes. Thank you all for listening. Thanks. Is this being recorded for the podcast?
Mm-hmm. Of course it is. Of course it is.
It's going to sound terrible not live.
Oh, yeah. It's okay. It's okay. We have the whole video.
We're literally just like screaming at the TV.
That is true.
So, final drive.
Final drive.
Derek.
I got nothing.
Do you have the background? Can you play the background song?
Yeah, I can. Give me a second. You stall for a minute. Right. I can play the background song just so it feels like the final drive.
I have to get ready for my final drive.
Now, it won't be the right. The background song won't be the right.
It's about all of you guys, is what it is.
This is the song that's normally in the background of the final drive. I feel like we could also, Let's see, sound effects. Sorry, you can just hear me navigating my.
Also, for all you
Computer file system.
BC fans out there, look at this. Look at me getting use out of our flute.
Right.
It's a
Wow,
BC
that's
flute.
Big. That's big. That's big.
Come on.
All right, Steve, you ready?
I think so. Sláinte. There it is.
There's the song.
Okay, you want me to go first?
You go first.
All right.
Yeah.
So my final drive for the 100th episode, triple digits, is a big thank you to all of our listeners. If you were here with me, I would be buying the champagne for you. I really do. Like, this is why we do it. Like, we're not very good at promoting it. We're very nervous when we talk about it. We tell people really not to listen to it. But when you guys listen and you give us feedback like this, it really makes it all worth it. 100 weeks is a really long time.
It's a long time.
I'm really, really proud of what you've done with it, Derek, that you guys are still watching after 100 episodes later. We really do no actual work on this.
Yeah.
We just do it for fun, and we do it because you guys like it. So we really love you guys. We thank you so much. I've never done this before, so I feel weird. It's like a award ceremony for ourselves.
Yeah, it's like the Woodies. It's like the Woodies 2014.
But we really do. I appreciate all your support, even though we don't desperately ask for it like we should.
We don't.
So I really, really appreciate it. Thank you guys. Cheers to you guys.
Cheers to you guys. Cheers to Steve. My final drive is going to be winged as well. This is a big thank you to you guys too. I remember episode 1. We made a cereal spoof.
We did.
We made a cereal spoof. We didn't keep up the highly prepared segments, I would say.
No.
But we started off hot. Or yes, but we ended up with a ton of guests. So I think that's a big thing. I think anybody who wants to become a guest, there's plenty of you out there that haven't been guests yet. Are the sponsors coming back? Is a good question.
That's a great question. We should get. So what we need.
We used to sponsor.
I agree with you,
every
Kenny.
episode.
Kenny says the only thing you need to do for the next 100 is just have Derek never talk.
Never talking about it. That's a great idea.
I
will do that. Here's what we're gonna do: live streams, videos every time. I'll do sign language the whole time.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'll be great.
Carmelo Anthony's dad. We do need to have more famous guests. Wow, that's so funny.
We did have Carmelo Anthony's father-in-law.
We did have his father-in-law. Actually, ex-father-in-law.
Ex-father-in-law now.
Lala and Carmelo Anthony are now broken up.
Yeah. We need Luke Kuechly. So Kenny can maybe try to help us pull some strings. Get Luke Kuechly on the podcast.
Murph, we want to hear about your trip to Africa, so we'll get you on.
Yeah.
Chris, we got to get you back on for another JC segment.
Yep.
Emma for Facebook.
Yep. Michelle for Facebook. Emma for whatever she wants to be on for. And Nora for sports again. We need everybody on. So,
everybody come on. Luke Kuechly.
Yeah, exactly. So what are you thinking? We got about 20 seconds till this song ends.
20 seconds?
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. Should we check our thing?
We can just, that's it. It's coming to an end now. So
100 episodes.
100 episodes.
Here's to
good job, Steve.
100 more.
100 more, probably not.
Later days.